Our story begins at the back end of one of the club's more successful seasons as the Dons travelled to home park Plymouth with the hope of still getting automatic promotion to the Championship. But all this would mean nothing if Dons promotion rivals Rotherham were to pick up 3 points at relegation threatened Gillingham, meaning the Dons would have to then settle for the playoffs. The Dons would go on to win by 5-0 at home park against Plymouth, with the goal from Harry Darling and 4 from League One's Player of the Year, Scott Twine.
It is Twine. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely wonderful. And still, Scott Twine takes centre stage again. Still Kasumu, and there's Twine! Twine. Oh, it's another! Scott Twine is taking Plymouth Argyle apart.
This would be nothing though due to Rotherham winning at Gillingham, meaning the Dons would face the playoffs and a test against Buckinghamshire rivals Wycombe Wanderers. The league season may seem like a battle, but when it comes to the playoffs it's a full-on war, as only one team can get promotion and only 2 teams get their day out in the sun at Wembley. So a few days on from the heartbreak of missing out on automatic promotion, the Dons had it all in their hands still and knew a trip to the capital and Wembley was on the line, and a small matter of the bragging rights for Buckinghamshire derby over 2 legs. Adams Park Wycombe would play host to the first leg of the League One playoffs. Liam Manning's men knew they'd have to show the similar performance which got them 3 points there earlier in the season.
Got it through for Troy Parrott, and that's the first big chance of this first leg. Twine and Parrott linking up as they've done time and time again this season.
But what would actually happen proved to be the breaking point for the Dons season.
Right under the ball!
Goals from Ryan Tafazoli in the 38th minute, which set Wycombe on their way to a first leg success, was helped when Josh McEachran, the Dons midfielder, received a second yellow and was sent off, before Sam Vokes sealed the deal late on, meaning the Dons would have to do so in the playoffs, which is unseen before, overcome a 2-goal deficit at home in the second leg. 3 days on from the dismal display at Adams Park where the Dons got truly rock and rolled, it was time for the second leg at the Jungle. Stadium MK would play host to the second leg of the League One playoff semi-finals. The Dons came out the traps like dogs that had been locked in cages for weeks and had the sense of their next meal.
Oh, and a good header as well for Darling. In a great position and so close to grabbing an early goal. And pushed around the post by Stockdale for a corner. Desperately wanted to get right back in this tie. It is game on.
So when Troy Parrott scored in the 26th minute for the Dons, there was a sense that this could be the Dons' time.
Oh, a little outside of the boot towards Wycombe. Twine. Parrott! Oh, he's all challenge at the very last second from Jacobson.
Don's season was over as they couldn't find the second goal.
There's the full-time whistle, and the Chairboys are heading back to Wembley. Gareth Ainsworth has done it again.
The summer was set to be the most difficult in the club's short history due to the fact that it was like there was snow in the Arctic, one small moment away from falling into the sea. So when they lost all the crucial loan players that got them to that point, along with the best player in the league, Scott Twine, and defender Harry Darling, the Dons knew it was going to be a long summer. The Dons would go on to a rampage, like becoming the army and trying to recruit as many people as possible, so with new players such as Jack Tucker, Dawson Devoy and Darragh Burns joining the club, just to name a few. The biggest signing of the lot was the returning loan signing of goalkeeper Jamie Cumming. The Dons' new recruits, along with the players that would be returning from the season before, had high expectations to live up to at MK1. As pre-season playoff contenders, so anything less than top 6 challengers would have the fans turn very quickly on them. And to say the Dons would come out the blocks flying like a bulldog who everyone is fearful of would be anything but true. So when the Dons started the season in the beautiful city of Cambridge, which is better known for education, the Dons fans would be in for a shock. A goal from Cambridge United's Harvey Nibbs was enough to see the host qualify for 3 points, leaving the Dons fans alarmed. The Dons' start to the season was anything but pretty, only picking up 2 wins from the opening 6 games, including a trip to where only Ed Sheeran's music is listened to, Ipswich.
A double save late on as Donatian tries forward into the MK Dons penalty area, come back and Burns, and Wes Burns opens the scoring in classy style. What a move down the Ipswich right-hand side. Donatian drove forward into the MK Dons penalty, 30 yards from the MK Dons goal. Burns will hit one, good save by Cummings, Michael Pahanis, and it's bundled in, and Ipswich double their lead, and once more Plum roll the ruts around us. And he's on it again this afternoon. I believe that he hasn't managed to reach that. Burns slides it into Donatian, Donatian back to Chaplin, and Chaplin gets the goal that he deserves. It's Ipswich Town 3, MK Dons 0. A brilliant piece of play from Ipswich.
And the performance was something for the fans to be thinking out loud for, as it would divide the fans less than 6 games into the season. The real question is, could Liam Manning turn this around or face the sack? The Dons would pick up 2 wins from the next 9 games, leaving them in a situation that nobody thought they would have been in.
The state of MK Dons is dismal, to be honest. We had a good season last year. I believe we overachieved last season.
Things could definitely be a lot better, especially given how successful we were last year compared to this year. But again, we're signing like the right kinds of players who, like, you can tell will be good in the future.
Season where we had an insane group of players, like championship quality squad, and we bottled it going up.
I feel this year's more of a one-off bad year as opposed to, wow, the club's in absolute turmoil and we're awful.
Frustrated, disappointed, angry, probably all the emotions that you've spoken about there. It hurts. I want to win games, I want to do well for the club, I want the players to do well. So of course it hurts, you know, and you take that home. It's not easy going home, you know, when we're on the run we're on.
That's a breaking news for you. It comes from League One, and MK Dons have sacked head coach Liam Manning. They are currently second bottom in the division after defeat at home to Fleetwood yesterday.
But ultimately, this was the last straw for the Dons head coach Liam Manning, who received an early Christmas present from the Dons board of a nice payoff and the relieving of his duties. The Dons set sail to the south coast without a manager and turned to Fratton Park in search of the treasure of 3 points. And like pirates, they came and hijacked 3 points thanks to goals from Bradley Johnson and defender Jack Tucker, as the Dons set sail into the Christmas period looking for a new manager.
In the last few minutes, and it's Mark Jackson being named the new head coach at MK Dons.
Mark Jackson was announced as the Dons' new head coach.
The question on everyone's lips in Milton Keynes at the moment Who is Mark Jackson?
After all the Christmas excitement, there would be a small matter of a relegation 6-pointer against rivals Forest Green Rovers. Jackson's first game would get underway and would be a great success thanks to a second half strike from Dons defender Daniel Harvey, would be enough for the Jacko era to get underway. Jackson would look to January for new recruits, and the permanent additions of Jonathan Lecco, Maxine and Solly Kaikai, along with the loan signings of Paris Magoma and former Wycombe Wanderers defender Anthony Stewart, would strengthen the squad significantly. Dons entered the month of loving, or as single people call it, February, with a tricky test of playing the 3 of the top 6. Nobody would be surprised when Dons went on Valentine's Day to Bolton Wanderers and were 5-0 down after 40 minutes. Little did we know Jonathan Lecco's second-minute strike at the league leaders Sheffield Wednesday would be the only thing the Dons fans would be celebrating that day, as the Owls went on to put 5 past Cumming and the defence, leaving the Dons having conceded 10 goals in less than 2 games. The Dons were provided with a glimmer of hope. 3 straight wins would see the Dons climb out of the relegation zone. But would that be enough?